Revelation 1484. From the 22nd of June 1940. Work of the light beings. Disappointments. Renunciations. The forces of heaven and earth unite to serve the Lord in all devotion, and so innumerable connections are established, which again mean a counteraction of the evil power. So where love is active, the evil power is weakened, because it can no longer be active to the extent to exert its influence on the person to whom this redeeming willing love applies. Because the light beings start their activity by instructing man mentally from all dangers of the soul, and therefore man now pays more attention to his soul life. The work of the light beings is not always visible, however noticeable everywhere there where the thoughts of man deal with God. The greater the worldly need is, the sooner the light beings will succeed in influencing people mentally, and the greater will be the number of those who seek God and therefore also find Him. The activity of the light beings is a busy one, because it is carried out with the greatest love and patience. The light being will never leave the person who is entrusted to its protection, and will always express itself in a way which reveals its permanent care. Man will go through many dangers which will always remind him to think of his soul life. And all these dangers and hardships are in fact aids for the light being to direct man's thoughts towards the eternal divine. If they succeeded in this, then their work is easier and more successful, because then there are no obstacles to the mental exchange between light beings and people, and now the possibilities of success are greater. Divine love gives the light being great power over the earthly child entrusted to it, insofar that it can assign events to promise success, because the love of the light being is so great, that it truly only lets man come into earthly trouble and danger for the sake of the advancement of the soul, in the knowledge that such contribute most likely to the progress of the soul. And the light beings are again familiar with the earthly life of the souls entrusted to them. They know every impulse of the soul, every earthly and also every spiritual desire, and try to take everything into account in such a way that the soul draws its advantage from it, which now also causes that man must be denied some things he longs for, because in the fulfillment lies a great danger for the soul. And now it is also understandable why life on earth brings man far more disappointments and renunciations than fulfillment of his earthly wishes. These are the greatest danger for the soul, because they often prevent the elevation of the spirit to those heights, which only bring the soul the success of spiritual maturity. They are an obstacle to the further mental education of the soul by the light beings. They hold back the thoughts of man on earth and prevent them the flight to the height, and this is always detrimental to the progress of the soul. However, the love of the light beings is so great that they cannot leave the earthly child in this danger and therefore remove the obstacle, although this causes pain and sorrow to man. But one day the soul will recognize the love of these beings and thank them for everything that has promoted the state of maturity and has brought light and recognition to the soul. Amen.